Hey everybody, Big Rick here with ComicWow, and I'm with Pat from Dex Protection, and you have a lot of cool products sitting out here. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Thanks, Rick. So a little bit about Dex Protection for those who've never heard about us. Our philosophy is to basically make really high quality products with using really high quality materials, and we offer it to the consumer at a price that's not going to break the bank. I mean, we understand that the game itself is much more important than the accessories themselves. You don't want to have everyone blowing their entire paychecks off of accessories, okay? And we believe everyone should have something nice. So I want to talk a little bit about the history of Dex Protection and what we started with. This is the Creation Line series, okay? Very simple, straightforward box, okay? We targeted trading card games initially in the beginning, primarily Magic the Gathering. We're all just a bunch of Magic players at heart, so we wanted to create a box that not only we would want to play with, that we think people are going to really benefit from. And Commander and EDH, formerly known as EDH, it's been a huge growing demographic here in the States, much more than anywhere else in the world. But prior to our designs, not many companies out there really cater to that demographic. So starting with the small, this is our Creation Line Small, okay? Holds up to 100 double sleeve cards, perfect for Commander, and the materials that we use in it is very high quality grade. Velvet lined interior, dual reinforced walls on all of our products, magnetic enclosure, okay? Those are just some of the materials, a little bit about the materials and why they're great. Nobody uses velvet on anything. They usually use felt, and we wanted to just kind of next level the materials used, okay? So this right here is only $10 MSRP. Yeah, before we did this, many deck boxes of this type were $15 MSRP. I don't know if you remember that. And so we wanted to challenge that price range. And for $15, we offered something more along the lines of this. Pick this up, Rick. Let me know what you think.
Let me see that real quick. Considering that I do play EDH and formerly known as Commander, this right here is great. I mean, they're solid. I like the magnetic there, that when it snaps down, you know it's closed and you're not going to lose your stuff. But the velvet on the inside just feels amazing. And, sometimes you just got to be, take care of yourself, make yourself, if I walk into a store and I'm going to pop this open, I'm going to be pretty happy to show it off and be like, hey guys, this is what my deck's in, take your stuff and go home.
And that's the exact response that we want from our customers, exactly what you said. So this is our $15 deck box, and when you put this side by side, the traditional $15 deck box, it's kind of a no-brainer why you wouldn't pick something that can hold more cards and an extra compartment for dice, okay? Right, now to take it up one notch higher, this is the Creation Line Large, okay? Pick that up. Pretty neat, right? This deck box right here, this area holds 100 double sleeve cards, no problem, with a little bit of extra space for your fingers. This holds 75 double sleeve cards. If you put a divider in there, that's enough for your constructed deck and your sideboard. And this holds all your dice and tokens if you have any, right? I've seen people put an entire small case of Chessex dice, okay? The little small square ones, right? And 5 or 6 pre-release D20s on top of it, okay? So yeah, this right here, this model, Creation Line Large, is our best-selling box of all time. So yeah.
What are some of these? I see you have the binders here, and I know as a Magic player, and when you go to shows, this is where you would keep your trade fodder. So tell me a little bit about these.
These binders, we call them just very simple naming convention. Dex Binder 9 for 9 pocket, Dex Binder 4 for 4 pocket, Dex Binder 12 for 12 pocket. Okay, and we use our formula for a lot of our base, like our standard lines. Velvet lined interiors, dual reinforced walls with a nice Saffiano exterior on the outside. Okay, a lot of people generally like to switch over to our binders mainly because the front and back covers are really, really stiff. I feel that, Rick. Mm-hmm. You know how like most of the time binders, when you hold them by the spine, it limps over because they have a plastic front and back cover. The difference with ours is that the more cards you have in it, it feels more like a hardbound, leather book after a while, and it just feels solid. You can, hit something with it, and all your cards will be in good shape. Mm-hmm.
And these ones right here, they have with this more of a textured design on there. What are those about?
This is our Pro Line series. Okay, I'm glad you asked, Rick. This is our higher end deck box. Okay, we really wanted to take the idea of compartmentalizing your assets and customization to a next level. Not many people out there actually adopted this idea. I believe we were the first to really do this. Let me open this and have you guys take a look inside. Okay, let me take that out.
Okay. I see something totally different right off the bat. All right, hold this real quick.
It's brand new.
That is.
Yeah. Neato, right? So, again, we designed this a lot with casual appeal in mind. Okay, the largest compartment here holds 100 double sleeve cards and your tokens. So for all those people that play token-based EDH decks, maybe Grenzo or anything like that, this will be perfect for that. And this is for 60 cards, and then your sideboard right there for a full 75. Okay, and then this actually fits a Magic pre-release D20 very, very comfortably in there. So instead of always having to claw your dice and your everything out of a hole in the box, you can just pour these out, and it makes it much, much more easier, right? So the cool thing, this is the kicker. Okay, now. This is for casual players, okay? In case Sunday afternoons you want to go play test 2 different decks, right? But for the competitive players out there, you can't have 2 decks in one box, or else you get disqualified. So we have the Pro Line Small, okay? Take a look at that, Rick. Okay.
Yeah, those are.
Right.
Yeah.
And as as a lot of players out there are that exist, they don't just play competitive Magic. So what's cool about these is that these are completely interchangeable. Okay, did you look at that? So for all the people who want to, they usually play GPs. They also play a little bit of EDH on the side. I know people that have an entire desk full of Magic the Gathering, like decks. It doesn't even have to be Magic; it could be anything, right? And then they put all these compartments lined up, and depending on what they want to do in the afternoon, play test, go to a GP, they just take them out and put it to the according to each box, right?
Last but not least, you have these 2 boxes that you had kind of off to the side here. What do these ones fall under?
All right. So this is the Duelist deck box. Okay, the Duelist deck box is actually the predecessor to the Pro Line deck box, right? This is where we first started with the whole compartmentalizing idea. And we wanted to basically, see where this idea would go. Boxes inside a box. This is good for competitive play. Okay, each side holds 60 double sleeve cards. This holds your token, sideboard, and dice. But of course, with the growth of living card games out there, such as Star Wars and Netrunner, you have your corporate, and then you have your runner deck. Perfect for that. Okay. And as you can see, we put an entire deck of boss monsters in there. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the baseline deck box, very similar to our creation line. In fact, completely identical in construction. However, the outer material is much. It uses a more economical material, and whereas this is $10, this is only a $6 deck box. Right. So the idea is, if people are willing to spend $3 on a plastic small deck box, why would they spend twice the amount for a deck box that's possibly multiples better than something that's plastic, right? So yeah, that's the idea behind it.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, Pat, from Dex Protection. Great product line here. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you at the game shop.